give that up after the shit that NATO and Ukraine pulled, you're tripping. They screwed that up for themselves, and it's their fault. And if anything, it's also Biden's fault for even in funding this. Well, the Biden administration's fault. So there you go. Ukraine done lost some land because what? You Dems think it's okay to fund war. Huh. Crazy how that worked out.
At least temporarily. The Ukrainian president says such.
But, once again, y'all always a F up. Y'all damn libs. But, once again, though, I was right.
Such a concession could
form at least one of us can be happy.
Part of a ceasefire deal under which, in exchange, his country would join.
And shout out Big Wave Dave, man. Is there proof Trump said he will eliminate the Constitution? I keep hearing this and I have never heard it, man. They always say something crazy like that and they can never prove it. So who knows? Who knows? But I'll look it up on my side.
NATO. It's one of the avenues that Donald Trump is said to be considering in his plans to end the war. This is President Zelensky's first interview with the UK media since the US election. He sat down with our chief correspondent, Stuart Ramsey.
Thank you for speaking to Sky News. I've been here for the past 3 weeks or so. I've covered this war from the start. In 2014, I was here. And I have to be honest, it strikes me that we're at a very critical time on the battlefield. Your troops say there aren't enough soldiers. Morale at the front is low. Mr. President, are you at risk of losing this war?
First of all, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So that you are here is for us is very important not to lose the focus on Ukraine from media. So it's important to be very understandable what's going on in Ukraine. Abroad to be understandable in UK because you are, and the United States because the most important are our partners, of course, including EU partners. So first of all, I think you understand our war because you said that you are from the very beginning, from 2014. Mm-hmm. Yes, but it's difficult to discuss the level of moral in Ukraine of our soldiers. It depends on a lot of different issues. I think we are, of course, long war. Of course, it's understandable. Some people are tired.
I don't know. You know, it's crazy. And this may sound effed up, but how do you gear an entire country who we just now start giving out long range missiles to? How do you garnish that morale to fight a superpower? Like, I really wonder what was that speech that this man said to get these Ukrainian men to go in there and be like, you know what? We can beat Russia, one of the superpowers of the world, who has high-tech technology and military. Yeah, we can go beat those guys. Yeah, I mean, like, that must have been a phenomenal speech. Or maybe he just hit them, with the swinging watch or something. I believe the swinging watch more than the, inspirational speech, though.
Some people hate Russians and they will be to the end of this war. It's very understandable because some fathers, some mothers, they just lost their families, destroyed houses and children. And it's understandable. But you said about it, that am I afraid that we can lose the war? So from the very beginning of this war, let's be very honest, from the very beginning of the second part, full-scale war, yes, we're speaking about what was almost 3 years ago. Everybody was sure in the world that we will lose.
I'm sure.
We have to be very honest when we speak with the people, because we didn't have any huge support, real support. We've been not...
I mean, you had U.S. dollars. How'd that work out? Hold on. Don't say you ain't got real support and you got my tax dollars in your pocket. I don't want to hear that.
Weaponized, yes. If it's right word, weaponized, with weaponry, yes. Like Russians, we didn't have so many people. We didn't have such big army, and but we had our.
Yeah, I know. We know. Y'all was definitely Russia was the bigger. I guess had the bigger military, the bigger economy, the bigger guns. I mean, duh. The more money, duh. Like, what are you saying this for? Like, we didn't already know that taking on Russia was kind of like the craziest thing we kind of heard. Like, wait, hold on, Ukraine taking on who? Russia? Why? Why would they take on big dog Russia? Who do they think they are to take on Russia? China and America are probably the only two countries that can take on Russia currently. Back in the day, Japan got one off on them, but hey, today I don't think they're getting that.
Our attitude to ourselves, first of all, and that I always shared with everybody that the most important our weapon, it's our people. And to lose our people, it doesn't matter what weapon we will have, what kind of technologies and etc. It's nothing.
Then don't send your people
really,
to war.
it's nothing if you compare with our people. That's why we can't.
Okay, the contradiction is crazy. It's crazy right now. So you're talking about, oh, my people, I want to protect my people. Then why did you even get into this war? If you knew your people was going to be the main, well, damn. What's the word I'm looking for? Collateral. Yes, your people is going to be the main collateral for this war. Not you. You're over there sitting on billions. But this war is going to cause your people to be, your people's death to be the main collateral. And you're talking about, I want to protect my people for my people. I'm like, bro, if that was the case, this war would have never started.
Lose our people. And that's why if I'm afraid to lose our people, because the people are the most important, because everything is this war for independence of the people, not of the land, of the people, because people, it's really a nation. A nation has land and etc. and etc. The land is very important. It's a part of your, this of identity. But the people are the most important. I afraid to lose. Yes, if we will be alone, we will lose. It's understandable. We will lose, but it doesn't mean that we will not. That we will lose our faith, yes, in Ukraine, and it doesn't mean that we will lose everything. Yes, we can lose the battle, we can lose big battle, we can lose like it was.
No, you lose big battle. You lost the war, okay? Just say it. Just say that all that money that we sent to y'all was a waste of money because we funded a loss. Please, just go ahead and just give it to us cold-blooded. Stick the knife in already and be like, yep, you funded a loss. There you go. Go ahead and take that L. L that cost us billions in taxpayer money. Yep, go ahead and take that one to the chin, America.
The beginning of the war, but not to lose ourselves and Ukraine, to lose some territories, yes, like it was at the very beginning, but then to deoccupy them.
Yeah.
And for today, it's of course dangerous moment because we could organize unity in Europe and the United States, be together around us, and it was after full-scale invasion of Russia, and now a lot of disappointments in the world and in Europe, a lot of different things which can divide. For example, which can divide. I don't want just to answer on one question and to answer on many questions in one answer. So you can stop me in any time. So am I afraid? I'm afraid to lose the unity in the world. If we will lose this, I'm afraid we can lose everything.
Yes.
This is the most dangerous thing.
And do you believe that we're reaching that point, that you are losing unity with the world?
I'm not sure that we are very close to this, really. I think that more dangerous thing than just words of Putin, for example, words which he uses to escalate everything, that even this.
It's crazy though. If we was in Ukraine's place, I'd want our leader to stop the goddamn war. Like, yeah, stop it. Stop playing with these people. They told us we can remain Ukraine. Nothing would have ever happened to Ukraine if they weren't trying to be part of NATO. You know that? That's all Putin asked for. Ukraine could be Ukraine, just don't be part of NATO. And as soon as Ukraine said, I want to go be part of NATO, what did Russia do? What did Putin do? He invaded Ukraine. Why? Because we went back on our word. See what happened when you go back on your word, people? Other people then start disrespecting, the whole agreement. Now, you just can't set an agreement verbally. I'm gonna be real with you. That's what the agreement. We verbally told Russia that we wouldn't approach on their border, but we did. And now look where we're at. And now we're all surprised.
These words, even after the full-scale invasion.
Oh. And shout out Seth, Vladimir Osko. Oh boy, you Seth, Seth, you know I wasn't gonna be able to pronounce that one. But Vladimir Zelenskyy, I hate you and good night, family. Love y'all. See y'all tomorrow and see you tomorrow, Seth. Man, hopefully you call in, man. We appreciate you, girl.
After these years, even after all these things, when Ukraine showed that it can stay and it can fight against all his imperial.
And shout out Big Wave Dave. Like I said this last night, Russia does not fund you all. I do. Piss off, trolls. Man, Big Wave Dave, if you say that, they'll try to say you're a Russian asset. You're a Russian spy. Trust me, Big Wave Dave. You don't want that guy showing up like, look, yep, you're a Russian. You're out here funding Russian media. We knew it was you, Big Wave Dave. You just love guns too much, man. That just seems like a Russian thing.
Narratives, even after that, sometimes when he speaks about something.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Some leaders,
Russia doesn't fund you.
When they're afraid, they begin to communicate with their societies. When they begin to communicate with their societies, they divide their societies. Then they communicate with other leaders and divide the unity in Europe. And of course, Putin understands and feels it like an animal, but he's an animal, real animal, without any, those human values which we share. So,
bro, don't do that to. Come on, bro, don't do that to my. Okay, no, I ain't gonna say it like that. But don't do that to Putin. Come on now, y'all made an agreement. Let's be real, as men, as men. Let's be real. If we make an agreement as men and I go back on my agreement, you're going to feel pretty damn disrespected. So disrespected, what would you do? What? Walk away and take it like a bitch? I would hope not.
He just feels it like a blood. So he feels that they're not strong. He feels that he can increase a little bit.
And shout out Big Wave Dave. He said you trolls can suck my balls. Russian style. Whoa. I don't even want to know what Russian style is. I'm weak.
With attacking missiles, new kind missiles, and to see the reaction.
Yeah, and lowering the nuclear use of nuclear.
Yes, of course, he will say about nuclear from the very beginning of the war. He will say about nuclear each time, of course, because he has to be. He has to find new steps of his communication. For him, it's very important. It's difficult in English to answer on this question.
Tell me,
and shout out Louis Venezuela. He said, I'm a Russian sympathizer. On God, hey man, if Russian sympathizer means we're anti-war, I guess we are, man. I just guess we are.
Is it unhelpful then when people like the German Chancellor,
comrades, they are getting onto us, comrades? We must change up our tone and maybe change our last names.
Bring President Putin for a chat.
I had just conversation with Chancellor 1 hour ago by phone. Yes, of course we need to meet and we will have meeting. I can't share the date, but they helped a lot after the United States, the biggest support, including military support, Chancellor gave. Yeah. It means that people of Germany, they gave, of course. So we are very thankful to that. I said to him, yes, it was not a surprise for me. Yes, he communicated that he wants to speak, to understand what Putin's thinking about, and etc. But I said to him that I'm not supporting this idea because he will open this. I mean, this new page. How to say it? No, скриньку Pandora. Pandora's box. Yes, Pandora's box. He will open Pandora's box because there are some leaders, they really want to be leaders in this case. Yeah. They still want to be not the leaders of their country. They still want to be political leaders. When they are on the first page of newspapers, and it says that everybody speak about them, that they can communicate with Putin and etc. But it's not about it. I mean, that's
I mean, yeah, when you ask Kamala Harris how much time she communicated with Putin, she didn't have nothing to say, but talked to Zelensky 5 times as if talking to Zelensky was going to end the war.
People and leaders have at least understand. Putin, he thinks that we are the part of Russia. Nobody, even during this war, could change his opinion and his mind. That's why he thinks that this is the part of his home, that these people are wrong, these really Russian people. He thinks about it. That's why his attitude to us like an enemy. That's why he thinks that this is a part of Russia, and he wants to destroy everything Ukraine, which in Ukraine connects with Ukraine and Ukrainians. That's why he will go to the
Aren't y'all descendants of the same people?
end with this idea.
Maybe I'm wrong, but aren't they descendants of the same people? Like Ukrainians, Russians, except Russia is like the real motherland of these people. Just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just putting that out there. Like, I'm pretty sure y'all descended from the same people. So for him to think y'all all Russians is kind of like how, I guess we have this Pan-African ideology in our community where we're all black. Even I don't care if you came from Africa, Asia, no matter what, dark skin, melanin, you're black. We're all black. We should all stick together globally. I love the idea, honestly. But shout out Big Wave Dave. For you trolls in the channel, we don't want war. This will end quickly, if not when Trump gets in beforehand. We are all tired of this garbage. Yeah, and we're all tired of, these Ukrainian men, their lives being thrown away. Like, there are literally men dying out there. There's autistic men that they're throwing into war, allegedly, that they're throwing into war. They're running out of able-bodied men at a certain point. There's a whole generation of Ukrainian that's gone because of this war that we funded. I ain't gonna lie, this is bad. It's bad. But ending is, right now, the best thing we can do. Except Trump is pro-war when it comes to Israel, and you are right, troublemaker. I'm gonna give that to you. You're not lying. I guarantee you Trump will drop a couple on whoever for Israel. I can agree to that.
Horrible idea. Just Hitler's idea. It's not about, it sounds very...
You know what? Maybe. I can agree to it, but I wouldn't say I'm 100% that he's going to do that. That he's just going to allow war in the Middle East over Israel. Because then eventually, if Israel rampages enough, it's going to turn into a 5-on-2 situation. It's going to be 5 Muslim countries versus Israel and U.S. And we don't want that.
That he's Hitler. No, he is real.
He said, trouble, no. It's all going to end. You can shush. VATO. I'm done. It's like, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I like the ideology of it all just ending. Like, all right, I can agree that, yes, Trump is pro-Israel, but come on, though. Like, I don't think we can allow Israel to look any worse than it is right now. And the worse Israel looks, the worse we look. So ending it right now as Big Brother USA is the best thing we can do for our image on the world stage, at least. Because we don't want to be pointed as the people who funded a genocide. And come on now. There's a bunch of arguments that you want to place out there. In worlds, the world is in agreement that we are funding a genocide. No matter what we think within the USA, I'm just letting you know outside your ideological bubble.
He has the saying that only one nation world. The priority of one nation. This is the same method, and he uses the same steps, the same narratives, and the same information or disinformation in this case. That's why don't open this box of Pandora's box. You don't open it, because if you open, other leaders will talk with him just to be on the paper, just to be, in newspapers, to show that we can manage it with Putin. No, you can't manage with the
I just wanted to make sure I got that right.
If you are, if you are weak. So you can't do it. For him, you are nothing. He respects only the power.
Really?
And you have to be very strong. And Ukraine.
Now, Big Wave Dave. I trained most of my life to be good at English. God damn it. He hit me with the Vato. He said, trouble, no. It's all going to end. Shush, Vato. Shush.
has to be very strong in any future kind of negotiations. When we speak, a lot of journalists and a lot of political leaders, they speak. So what kind of negotiations can be? Not what circumstances. First of all, circumstances in which Ukraine is strong. And after that, doesn't matter what city, what country, what we will speak about, with whom of leaders, and etc. We have to be at the same level. It's minimum, really. We have to be stronger than him.
Barely any Spanish.
But we have to be
Big Wave Dave. The only Spanish I know is the Spanish that Dora taught me. That's all the Spanish I know.
very strong, if even at the same level, with unity of the parties. And they have to talk with us one voice policy. Not other way, one voice policy. If we speak with Putin, so with a plan. Not to give him chance to give us ultimatum. He can't give us ultimatum because he's a killer and he's a terrorist and he's alone, really alone, to my mind. And that's why I said I have to answer in Ukrainian. It will be shorter.
Right now, but you're doing very excellent. Tell me, what do you think about Donald Trump? He's obviously going to be the next president. Can you do business with him, do you think? I mean, are you talking?
I mean, we have to work with the new president and we have to work with America as well, with the United States, the biggest donator, the biggest supporter. Yeah, so for us it's very important. Of course, for us it's very important bipartisan support, Republicans and Democrats. We don't want to lose Democrats or Republicans. We have a lot of voices from both parties. Which are
I like Russia. They banned LGBTQ, Vato. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, they definitely did. I mean, bro, here's the thing about Russia. It's kind of funny. They're an Orthodox Christian country. Believe it or not. Believe this or not. But if you look them up, yes, the national, religion, their national religion, Orthodox Christians. So all of that, they do not play.
on our side, and I'm thankful.
I mean, bro, they're damn near like Uganda and all these African countries when it comes to LGBTQ. They just don't play. It's like, bro, I remember the dude in what was his name? I think it was Uganda. The Uganda president that said, if you try that here, we will kill you.
To them very much.
And if you preach LGBT to the kids, we will kill you. I was like, all right, then. I love it.
And of course, we will work with Trump.
I mean, throw him in jail is nice. Can work too, but all right.
Want to work with him directly because there are different voices from people around him, and that's why we need not to give anybody around to destroy our communication. It will be not helpful and will be destructive, and we have to try to find the new model, maybe some model.
I'm gonna be real with you, no troublemakers card, respecting other people's ideas. Respecting how other people live, because Africans, they don't play that. They don't play it. Like, bruh. Africans don't even believe in sweeping and clean. Bro, they don't believe in sweeping and washing their dishes because they think it's gay. They think women should do that. I mean, like, bro, what, you gonna go over there and try to, push feminism in Africa? Oh, you will be out there in the Sahara tied up for the lions. I promise you.
I want to share with him ideas, and I want to hear from him. From him, his ideas.
Have you spoken to him yet?
No, we've spoken with him about basically in September when I was in New York. We had conversation. It was very warm, good, constructive, but it was mostly basically not with the very small details, but with Putin. You can't be
a Japanese insult is crazy.
It's important, but it was very good meeting, and it was important first step. Now we have to prepare some meetings. I don't know how many we will have, but until we will have the real plan where Ukraine is strong.
So he's appointed General Kellogg as the new special envoy for the area. Do you know him?
I know him, but I think that we didn't have some deep dialogues in the past. My team had connections, and the chief of my staff, he knows also him because as I said, a lot of people who have been on both, branches. It's but he. Yeah, on different branches, and in both parties they've been with us. So my chief of staff will go with the team. Some team will go to the United States in the closest days, and they will have some meeting there, including special envoy.
Okay.
Yeah. So
there's no detailed plans yet, but is there a basic plan of what you think, President Trump is thinking?
We don't know the details from our plan or future plan of Donald Trump. I'm on President Trump. I said to him some things which I think we have to understand, that who is Putin. The second, that he really wants what he wants. And the sword that we have to be very strong and what we need to be strong. Then, of course, we have our peace plan. And it was based on peace formula and a lot of things. It's been done, by the way, 100%. All the meetings with dozens of countries, we finished in November. As I said, that the plan will be ready. So the plan is ready. That's very important.
How has it been received? There's not much.
No. It was before our last meeting. Sorry, it was. We finished with the plan after his meeting with him. But how he received, I think he now. I think he thinks. I think he's thinking about a lot of things. Our team shared some things with his team. I think he got details from the.
I kind of wonder, what did Putin really ask? I'm pretty sure it's along the line of, yeah, whatever you're doing there to Russians, stop doing it. Don't join NATO and remove all your weapons. And if you don't do that, this war's not ending.
American intelligence, everything which is in through the law, because he doesn't have all the rights until he's not in White House. So I think he's learning the situation now. It's good that he's learning. I know that there are some moments about it. I heard about it. And I think that we need to prepare for some meetings before we will find some common understanding of the situation.
American media have reported some of the potential scenarios that the future president might consider. Can I just go through a couple of them and see what you think? So one is that the US would continue with military aid. Ukraine would be involved in ceasefire and peace talks, but plans to join NATO would be shelved for a long period of time. Now, what do you think of that little?
Plans to join NATO will be shelved for a long period of time. How about you just eliminate the idea in general, since you're seeing how far this man is going for it? I mean, what are you waiting for? The dismantling of Russia? Because that's the only way I see y'all ever joining NATO, to be quite honest. And shout out Big Wave Dave. Okay, gotta fuck with you, S.E.T. He asked what now? Wait, what? He asked. Who asked? F you, and that's Russian. Really?
First of all, what is important? In media, there will be a lot of different plans. And between us, I want to be very honest.
What you mean, Dave?
I don't know what is true and what is not true, where it comes from what circles around one president or another president, where from it is going. I know my attitude. Any decisions can't be done without us. That is the first, because it's understandable why I don't want to go deeply further to this, because it will not work. You can't make decisions without Ukrainian people. So, as I said, the most important.
I mean, let's be real. You guys control 90% of the grain. So let's be real. We do need y'all at the table when it comes to certain topics, of course. But if Russia takes y'all over, well, then we just got to talk to Russia about not only energy, but now grain. Thanks a lot, Ukraine. You could have just been yourself. You could have just stayed out of NATO. You could have just been your own sovereign country, but you had to. Well, Zelensky had to f that up for y'all. I just feel bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ukrainians. It's tough.
It's a tragedy, but it's true that war is here. We know who is Putin. We know our enemy. We know that he will not stop. And if we want to stop and have a just peace, and
Really?
we want.
He said, bro, you don't even realize it. You don't realize it. That shit makes it even more funny. You don't say axed. You say axed. Yeah, good point. Oh, God damn it. Now you're bringing it to my attention.
Better than everybody, we understand how it's difficult to get peace because of the Putin. It's very difficult because he doesn't want. For him, our independence, it's to lose this war. And we have to understand, and Trump has to understand.
That's not Trump one thing to work on.
And his team has to, even if somebody doesn't want to understand, in Europe or in the United States, everybody have to understand one thing. It's like 2 + 2. It's very simple.
Like, damn, might be my accent. Think about it. It is funny that we are up north. We do say y'all and all that good stuff.
He doesn't want our independence because in this case he's a loser. One of the part of the independence is security.
Who's a loser? He better not be talking about Putin because this boy winning the war.
Guarantees.
Yes.
NATO, as you said, yes, you are right. Without NATO, it's not real independence for Ukraine because he will come back. When? I don't know. Look at his age. When? During close 10 years.
And you being part of NATO, is that vitally important too?
I think because we don't have alternative. We spoke about it with a lot of different leaders. I said we don't have nuclear weapon, and we gave it only in this context. We gave it because we had the biggest world leaders, countries who guaranteed security for Ukraine. And it doesn't work, and it didn't work, and we lost a lot of things. And now he wants to destroy us because we don't have this weapon. Yes, it's true. We have just to be, to be very open.
He's like, you never heard of comedians making fun of this? I have actually, but not that much, to be honest with you. I'll be real with you. I cannot remember the last comedian, like, I guess, bit that I kind of seen them, making fun of dialect or accent and all that good stuff. But I'm pretty sure it's out there. I'm pretty sure it's fucking funny. I can only imagine. Well, hold on. Actually, I have, but not that much. I'll be real with you, Big Wave Dave. You'd have to put me on.
Open to reality, and that's why. What alternative?
Well, we can't. How is he gonna charge Trump a loser? He won the election. That's why you gotta now work with the man. Ha. It sucks when a man wins and now you gotta work with him. But here's the thing, though. Big Biden or the Biden administration can still write checks. They're still sending checks. They're still trying to promote the war. They're trying to, I'm gonna be real with you, progress it to the next stage, which is World War III. So it is what it is. I'm weak. He said, Big Wave Dave. And shout out. He said, I will unshelter you in Key. I'm weak as hell. Hey, be like that. What can I say? I do be under a rock sometimes.
I said,
I can be a bit old school.
Everybody think that alternative is only one form.
Or unknowing to certain subjects or I guess certain groups and what they do.
For today, NATO. Maybe there is other alternative. I don't know.
Yeah, I can admit when I'm ignorant in subjects.
I never heard about it. I never heard propositions. For today, I have security guarantees. Bilateral. I did it already. Without a United States, without bilaterally, with each leader, including United States. I mean, but without big umbrella of somebody. Yes, we just did on our bilateral relations. We did it with the United States, UK, EU leaders, a lot of different countries, some of not.
Shout out Big Way Day. He said, I'm here for you all.
EU and NATO leaders like Japan, for example.
Shout out Big Wave Day.
weapon support, I mean military support, humanitarian, economic, yes, but it's not NATO. This is not the same. We have already not the same security guarantees. So that's why I think that the leaders have to stop these first pages of newspaper, their political messages, stop to speak that maybe there is some alternative kind of security guarantee. We had Budapest Memorandum, doesn't work. We have bilateral security guarantees. It worked, helping us to be strong, but it doesn't stop Putin.
Okay.
That's why we need something which will stop Putin, which will be preventively stop Putin. What it can be, I don't know. Maybe there is something. I don't know.
Putin. I mean, like, how about this? You want to stop Putin, but why don't you pull that off with your own army, your own finance, and don't take nothing from nobody? And if you can do that, great. Stop Putin on your own dollar, not ours. So, yeah, if you can't stop Putin without pushing us into World War III, maybe you should just sit down, my friend, because you're facing a bigger army, a bigger purse, honestly, the bigger influence. You're not really fighting from a strong position here. I mean, if you were the U.S. or China, maybe we'd hear y'all out and be like, all right, maybe they could do something. Maybe they could pull something off in the fourth. But it's the fourth, and you're down 21.
Well, one alternative, perhaps, again, this is reported from the United States, and it's fairly simple, really, is that Ukraine joins NATO, but Russia takes control and keeps the land that it has to date.
Yes.
Would that be a possibility?
Ніхто не пропонував нам бути в НАТО.
No one has offered us to be in NATO with just one part or another part of Ukraine.
Щоб закінчити гарячу стадію.
That's for once.
Fuck.
Oh, wow, this man said he's snapping. Hold on, this man broke English. He was like, nah, I'm about to cook.
Would that be a possibility?
Ніхто не пропонував нам бути в НАТО.
No one has offered us to be in NATO with just one part or another part of Ukraine.
Щоб закінчити гарячу стадію.
That's for once.
Fact.
The fact is that it is a solution to stop the hot stage of the war, because we can just give the NATO membership to the part of Ukraine that is under our control.
Факт. Можна було б, ніхто не пропонував.
Yes, it could be possible, but no one offered.
Треба робити.
But the invitation must be given to Ukraine within its internationally recognized border.
Ви не можете давати тільки частині.
You can't give invitation to just one part of a country. Why? Because thus you would recognize that Ukraine is only that territory of Ukraine and the other one is Russia.
I don't know about that, G. Kind of sounds like you might just take your L. All right, let's say this. Let's say Trump does. I mean, not Trump, but let's say Putin keeps the land he got, right? So I think it's the Donbass and the other part. Now, let's say he keeps that. He gets his pipeline. Nobody F's with him, right? And he says that, all right, well, since I got these and my people are protected and I got my investment, shoot, y'all can go ahead and join NATO now that y'all don't got anything worth having. I mean, let's be real. Honestly, I think he know himself that, but if I don't have those two parts of the land, I'm worth nothing to NATO. Well, now you know how important those two spots that, well, Putin took. Because it's not a big part of Ukraine. They could honestly, they still got a big amount of land. There's still more Ukraine than what would be Russian land. They could still go into NATO with a good plot of land, but the fact that Russia now controls a good amount of resources is a problem. And I don't think NATO really wants them just because of Ukraine. They want them for the resources.
Юридично ми не маємо права визнавати.
So legally, by law, we have no right to recognize the occupied territory as territory of Russia.
І тут не можна помилятись в цьому.
And here
Але
we must not make any mistake.
зупинити гарячу стадію війни,
треба взяти під НАТО
зонтик, амбрелу,
we should take under NATO umbrella the territory of Ukraine that we have under our control.
Швидко.
So put Ukraine under a military alliance to keep Russia out. That is the idea he's pretty much getting across. Yeah. Okay, so why can't you keep Russia out your own borders on your own dollar again? I don't know. I just want to drill that point home. Like, why can't y'all do it without us? Why we got to get involved, risk American soldiers, throw away American tax dollars? Like, why do we got to do this again? Like, y'all got yourselves in this situation. And I'm not even saying Ukraine. I'm going to blame Zelensky. You got your people into this situation. You need to fix it with your own funds, with your own people, since you got them in there. There ain't no way you're just going to actually, a military alliance to go back and take back land that you lost. U.S. ain't lose that land. NATO ain't even lose the land. You lost the land, but we got to get it back for you? Oh, yeah, you're tripping. You're tripping.
That's what we need to do fast. And then Ukraine can get back the other part of its territory diplomatically. So, and this proposal has never been considered by Ukraine because no one has ever offered that to us officially. We can't, by law, recognize our territory, Ukrainian territory, under occupation of Russia as Russian. That is impossible.
Shit, we recognize Israel. I mean, no, let me not talk about that.
That is against the constitution of Ukraine.
I understand completely your position. It is interesting, though, because it seems to me you have moved to a point that if you could get your NATO membership, you would have to accept that we could be moving into a ceasefire and potential talks, peace talks, and at some point in the future, you would consider diplomatically how to get your land back. That's quite a big step, because you're never going to accept that it's Russia's, but as you say, physically, they will hold it. But it could bring the war to a close.
A lot of different countries proposed a ceasefire. So the question is, ceasefire where? That is a question.
What you mean where?
The second point is...
Ceasefire where? No, ceasefire altogether, not where. What are you talking about? Like, ceasefire where? Well, how about you just stop firing your missiles? And we'll get Russia to stop firing theirs, and we'll just go from there? How about that?
If we speak ceasefire, guarantees that Putin will not come back. And in this case, I commented to you about NATO. Yes, NATO immediately the part of Ukraine. And we need it very much. Otherwise, he will come back. Otherwise, how we can go to ceasefire? So it's very, for us, it's very dangerous. That's what I mean.
Can I just ask you this then? We're in this phase of the war that we're in. I think we've agreed it's dangerous, nasty.
Let's be real. NATO getting involved is not stopping Russia from, probably not going to stop Russia from backing down. If anything, it's going to make Russia turn up on NATO, and we don't need that. So he's even promoting the fact that, no, we need to engage in this war to what? To protect Ukraine's borders that they lost themselves. Remember that. I know. My heart hurts for them too, the Ukrainian people, not Zelensky, but this is kind of what happens. It's kind of what happens, man, with bad leadership.
Well, firstly, can you tell me, the use of the long-range weapons, which has been, Putin is angry about it, as I think we expected. It took a long time for President Biden to agree to it. Are they being effective now? Are they worth all the arguing that's taking place? In the future, do you want to be able to fire those long-range weapons at any target you so choose?
It's the same like to speak about air defense. Is Patriot effective? Yes. Is it enough to defend all the energy systems? No. Is it okay in some places of our country where Patriot works? Is everything okay with energy? Mostly yes. So, but what you need? We need more. Do you have a very concrete number of Patriots you need? Yes. Do you have in Europe, even in Europe, enough systems to equip? Yes. What we need, political will from our partners. The second discussion was about F-16. It was the same. like with Patriots, not to give Ukraine because it meant to involve NATO countries to the war. The same was with Patriots, the same was with HIMARS, the same was with F-16. And the decision was positive. Again, the same late, very lately. But how F-16 for today work? Very good. Excellent, mostly. We have a very little number of F-16. What they do now, destroyed 7 ballistic 2 nights ago.
And shout out, he said, okay, F you Diamond. Now I'm going to request the video. Set chop suey by System of Down, please. No problem.
7 missiles which went on the infrastructure, civilian infrastructure. Missiles. Yeah.
And my man D Bleed, like, bro, chill, my friend, chill. It's like, it's kind of funny because you're not even really. It's kind of what you're saying. I don't disagree with, but what's going on in Ukraine, what's going on in Afghanistan is separate, my friend. Stay on subject. But anyway, shout out Big Wave Dave. Let me go ahead and get that up for you.
Cruise missiles. Yeah. So they destroyed it. Yes. But do we need the fleet, which completes 128? Yes, we don't have it.
Oh, I appreciate you, man.
What about our partners? Do they have? Yes, a lot. United States, they have? Yes, a lot. Can they give? Yes. Why they didn't give, I don't know. The third point, long-distance weapon. We needed very much long-distance weapon at the very beginning when Russia wanted very much to begin offensive. It was counteroffensive from their side. Yes, about 1 year ago, we asked very much to give us because we see them.
There is one point that I do want to make, though. You know, it's not like we actually do support Russia's government or how Putin honestly came to power. We don't. Well, she supports Putin. But me, I don't like the way the man came to power and all that good stuff, but we have to respect a person that's, well, running a superpower. And let's be real, if we're gonna ding Putin, how come we ain't ding the Xi Jinping? Like, why have we dinged him yet? I mean, this man got like basically slavery going on in this country, modern day slavery going on in his country, and we ain't say nothing at all. But everything Putin does, we're on alert to. Is like, I get it. Yes, Putin bad. We don't approve of the government, but when they're a world power, we kind of got to get along. Especially when they got nukes. Yeah, nukes. You kind of earn some respect in the world when you got that. I mean, shit, man. Let me have a nuke. Shoot, you gonna F with me? And he's like, oh, Diamond, my love is gone. I'm weak. Shout out Big Wave Day.
We see them, how they are, I mean, how they grouped, and we need to use this. And they group very openly because they know that we don't have capabilities to destroy them. We lost.
And Big Wave Dave, F Putin. Like, on God. It's like, bro, in terms of talking in this war, Putin is big dog. He is the dominant force in this war. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Us engaging in a war proxy war with a superpower, it was the dumbest thing we could have done, and it low-key cost the lives of hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians. That is my overall point. And he let it happen.
People, territories, initiative in some moment.
We do.
Before this decision. So is it a good decision? Yes.
Look, and like it or not, yes, we do need these superpowers. Yes, we were buying oil from Russia. Yes. And if they take over Ukraine, we're going to be buying grain from them too. Like China, we don't approve anything that China does. They're a whole communist state. We say we hate communists, but we work with communists. We say we hate dictators, but we work with dictators. It's like, but we pick and choose which one we want to target, which one we want to slander through the propaganda in the media. So it's then they're like, take your pick of which one you want to hate the most. If I was to take my pick, I would go with China.
It's late, very late. And again, Is it enough? Not of course. Not of course. Again, we have the targets, only military targets, on the territory of Russia and on the temporarily occupied territories of Ukraine, where the distance is very big, and we know how many missiles we need, how many long-distance systems we need. Everything is already was accepted, everything and written in the victory plan, how to strengthen Ukraine before again any kind of negotiations. Did our partners give us? No. Why? I don't know. But we are thankful. Biden, Starmer, Macron. We are thankful for those decisions that have been done. Even not enough, but it's been done. So.
But as we stand now, there are battlefield losses. The East is proving very difficult.
All right, a musical interlude coming up in about 2 to 3 minutes.
Don't have enough soldiers.
Yeah.
Your own soldiers have told me there aren't enough soldiers. Is there anything that could be given by NATO or the United States to help with that problem, the lack of soldiers? Are there weapon systems that if you had...
No, we do not want to help with y'all lack of soldiers. I'm sorry. We just can't do that. I mean, let's be real. I do not want to be sending U.S. soldiers over there to die for, well, a country that's not theirs. I mean, if they're going to die for any country, let it be their own.
You need less soldiers.
Yes. Yes.
So when they die, we can put the American flag over there and not feel guilty like we shouldn't be putting the Ukrainian flag on their coffin. Let's be real.
Just equip the brigades. When you have soldiers, we need to